Hi Ian, so here's a first pass at your other larger unit, and this is bedside left. What I'd like to do is create a model from your ground plan so I can show these things a bit more in context, but what we're looking at here is this. I'm just going to get rid of that volume. Is, it's roughly the volume you outlined on your drawing. So this is the Elfa components. Now this is interesting. This is something that I've never done before. It's a standard bracket with a modified ski holder on top of it. Now that is going to be much stronger and cheaper than the previous solution for the student unit. I've gone back and looked again at the student unit. I think what I previously suggested is still right for that, but this is worth considering. I've mocked one up at home. That's what it looks like. I mean, it's kind of okay. There's these areas at the thicker end of the bracket that they're not so nice, but this is so much cheaper and so much stronger than the proper Elfa components I was looking at before. It doesn't need the complete shelf above it. It only needs one vertical. This is going to be absolutely cheap as chips and strong as hell. So really worth considering. Let's put the space back in and let's look at another option for this bedside left concept 2. It's only 30 centimeters deep. There is a limited range of 30 centimeter deep baskets which are going to provide really nice dense storage in that very limited space. I've still suggested that same hanging mechanism there, and you don't have to have a shelf at the top, but you could move this all the way up to the ceiling and have no shelf and have extra hanging drop. You could get theoretically 2 hanging drops and a couple of baskets in there if you really wanted to. Plenty of different ways of configuring this. Right, I'm going to show you bedside right next. Bear with me. Assemblies, new unit, bedside right concept 1. Yeah, now this is much narrower. What is that dimension there? Let's just have a look. Okay, so 500 shoulder to shoulder. That's going to be a squeeze. That is not going to work particularly well as a wardrobe, in my opinion. People are going to have crushed up clothes. They're going to find it very difficult to get things in and out. So let's go to File, Open, Bedside Unit Right Concept 2. Okay, so what I'm suggesting here is just shelves and baskets. Now this, particularly in the basket area, 30 deep, 45 wide, it's a nice stock component. That is going to end up being really dense storage. You're going to get a hell of a lot of pants, vests, bras, socks, whatever, all nicely organised in there, and some shelves for folded items above. These could be shelves with a lip, but I think in such a small space a simple shelf is going to be a good solution there. Let's go to File, Open, what I've called the wardrobe, which is the standalone unit. Again, I think this is really interesting. It's using this new hanging mechanism, so we don't have to have a shelf above there. You can have a shelf up there, and you can push all of this right up to the ceiling to give you 2 generous hanging drops there. That is going to be cheap as chips, really is. Now what I'd like to do is to this, what dimension have you given me there? I think it was about 100. Yeah, so you're 100 wide on that wardrobe. If we could push that up to 1050, 150, you would be able to get a stock Elfa shelf in there very comfortably. I'm just turning this to, oops, no, undo, translucent. You see the way that's a standard 45 centimetre shelf there. If you could push this to 1050, you'd get that stock product in there, and you'd get a nice shoulder to shoulder space in there. That is going to be a really cheap solution for that wardrobe. You could cut these shelves down, but you know, over 100, 200 units, that's going to be a lot of hacksawing, a lot of work. You could also get pull-out baskets in there, only if you went for the standard 45 centimetre width. Again, with all of these, for the built-in spaces you've created, I'd like to show these in context, and you know, let's have more of a conversation about the mobile wall, movable wall storage unit, which I've already done a video for. All right, speak soon.